Today, I continue to talk about temperaments and conflict management. Today, I want to focus on the sanguine. We all know the sanguines are fun-loving. They are very impulsive. They love to seek for pleasure. They want to be happy all the time. They are the life of a party, and they are very popular, and they want to keep everybody happy. They love to connect with people. And so they are very people oriented. And so when you think about conflict, and again I have said conflict is a disagreement between two people or two groups, and a point in which we are not able to agree to on something, so we don't have a common understanding of a situation. So the sanguine, because they love fun and pleasure and enjoyment, and they will not be seekers of conflict. They don't want to have conflict. They will do anything to be able to manage other people and themselves, so there will be no negativeness. They are the forever positive people, and so they may avoid to deal with a conflict situation. You might find them deflating by avoiding, not wanting to talk about it, changing the subject, making jokes. They don't want to be serious about the situation. And so if they do not if the sanguine is not careful, then what they do, they have a lot of unresolved issues, unresolved conflict that come into their relationships, whether it is relationships at work, relationships at home, relationships with friends. They might find themselves having a backlog of unresolved issues. Now, I had mentioned again in an earlier segment that the steps towards conflict management and resolution is, number one, we've got to clarify what the disagreement is. Now, when you think about the sanguine, they don't want to be bogged down with deep thinking and trying to analyze things. They just want to kind of move on and deal with life and enjoy life. They feel like sitting and thinking through some stuff is going to take away the opportunity for them to just enjoy life. And so they might avoid. Number two, we said the second step of conflict management or resolution is to be able to agree on a goal. Now, once we have agreed what the problem is, what the disagreement is about, then we agree on a goal. So what are we trying to resolve? And so the sanguine would have to be able to be still, because the sanguine wants to just have a lot of activities and not sit down and be still to think deeply about what is going on. And for us to be able to resolve a conflict, we must be still. We must sit down and analyze what is going on. So the third step is, again, to sit down and brainstorm. Now that we know what the problem is, and we have decided what the goal is, so in order for us to get to the goal, then we have to brainstorm about possible solutions that would lead us to the goal. And so again, the sanguine is being asked, be still, stop, and now let's look at the problem. The anxiety that the sanguine feels about sitting and looking deeper into things, they can be able to manage that by using stress management techniques like deep breathing, like meditation, like writing and sitting down and saying, let me take a few minutes and write down how I see the problem. So they have to be willing to ask and to create boundaries, even with the other person that they are dealing with, to be able to ask, let me think about what we are talking about. Maybe they don't want to think in there, but they can take some time away so that they don't feel so overwhelmed by the opinion of others. But you do need, as a sanguine, to really get that time to sit down and look at what the problem is, and then bring your information and share that information with the group or with the other person that you are in conflict with, so that now you can continue with the conflict management process. Now, after we have identified possible solutions, then normally we agree on the best action to take. Which one of these options do we take? And once we take them, then we decide to implement the solution, and we share responsibilities. Now, this is the thing. If a sanguine is not being held accountable, they will not do their part. They might endure the process of coming up with solutions, but they may not be keen to bring about the end result that we agreed on. So they would need quite a bit of accountability. And so personally, as a sanguine, you would need to learn how to make the action plans and find accountability, people who will hold you accountable so that you can finish what you have already started. And so it is very important for the sanguine to develop the skill of being self-reflecting, the skill of analyzing a situation, because all of us, even though that is not our forte, these are skills we can learn. Then the sanguine would also need to learn how to problem solve, and the process of problem solving is what I have outlined. It's the same as conflict management. And then number 4, the sanguine would need to really up their ability to make decisions in a timely way and in an effective way, so that they don't end up procrastinating or avoiding to deal with the situation altogether. So as a sanguine, those are the skills that you would need to work on to bring about the resolution of a conflict. Do not avoid it, do not hide from it, just know that it needs to be done, and it has to be done with other people. And so if you're looking for relationships that are going to be enriching and they are going to be thriving, then you have to equip yourself with the know-how of managing a conflict.